Greetings, YouTube. I'm on a crusade of sorts. You see, I keep making these videos, and then you loyal subscribers keep posting them, or screenshots, or constructive criticism to the forums, and then you come back to me quickly and you say, Prof, it all got deleted. Or even worse, I've been banned from the forums. Ha! What do you know? We're trying to expose something in plain sight, and Kabam doesn't want to talk about it. So they might be looking at forum posts and just shaking their heads, looking the other way. At least until the gifting event is over, and Lord knows, it's almost over. But, you know what we're going to do today? We're going to talk about something that some of you have pointed out to me that I have failed to discuss in my previous videos. Also, I've decided to take one of you and your suggestions up, and every week, hopefully, about 4 or 5 minutes worth of a video, doesn't need to be longer than that, we're going to play a game. How many Cyclops can we count in the 4-star basic arena leaderboard? Because maybe, just maybe, if we do that every week, and hopefully we won't make it into a drinking game or else we'll all be in a coma, we're going to have them respond to this somehow, because it is just that obvious, and yet they refuse to do anything about it. So I think we have a huge glaring issue that was not present in the game until 2019. And it's something that makes so much sense that when it was pointed out to me, I thought, man, that's a really good point. And then I cross-verified it, and sure enough, in about 30 seconds, we can do this together as a group and try to figure out why the person who's running these accounts is honestly so smart for doing this. So we're going to go back to that 4-star basic arena that just finished in the past day or so. We're going to look at the leaderboard, and we're going to remind ourselves that this leaderboard is clearly filled with the same cheaters and the same alliance in so many cases. But even if they're not in the same alliance, like places 3 and 4, they've got the same name other than, in this case, 2 digits. Instead of a 5, you skip a 6, you go to a 7. Cyclop 35 and Cyclop 37. I feel very sorry for what may be a real human being in like place 6, because hey, place 6 and place 5 for that matter, you are in between 3 Cyclops counts. And we could go down the list and we can just keep seeing these, and now you're starting to see that they're in the same alliance. So let's go to the top, and for the sake of this video, we're going to take the Cyclop account that finished at the highest of the leaderboard, number 3 in the leaderboard, in fact, which is Cyclop 035. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for Cyclop 035 amongst all the summoners in the game. Because, hey, we can do that. Cyclop 035. And then we're going to hit done. And what do you know? There he is. Dr. Octopus himself. Level 27. Placing 3rd among thousands of summoners with higher levels and certainly a better champion. Because guess what? This Doc Ock in this profile, he's a 5-star. Can you use a 5-star Doc Ock in a 4-star basic arena? Of course not. How about that 5-star Rocket Raccoon? Nope. He does have the ability to dupe at least one 4-star in Iron Man Infinity War. It also amazes me on these accounts because they clearly haven't put any units into their mastery setup. Because why would you need masteries when you can mod the game and probably take down opponents who are rated thousands of PI higher than you in one punch? I also just want to point out that these accounts are incredible when you scroll down and you look at their PvP fights. 94,638. What really impresses me, because I have been dumb enough and addicted enough to the arena, and I will fully embrace that, where I have stayed up for almost all night, every night, for 3 straight days, to fight and win over 300 times in a row. But that's less than half of this highest PvP win streak of 794, because when you run a program, you don't have to sleep. Now, several of you have said, Prof, I think Kabam is behind these accounts. And you know what? The more you think about it, the more it's very plausible, because Green Goblin is an old champion. Other than getting the final milestone at 1.5 million worth of arena points, you really don't care about getting 4-star Green Goblin. But there are some people out there who do, who might want him. Maybe they want him for war defense. I don't know. So, if all these Cyclops accounts didn't exist, and those spots went to real summoners who were playing by the rules, the cutoff would drop substantially. We're talking probably under that top milestone. So we're saying you could grind 1.5 million and get all the milestones worth of units and battle chips and premium disappointment shards, and you could get the champion, because the cutoff would be like 1.1 or 1.2 million. Kabam is strongly invested to make sure that does not happen, because then you don't have to worry about spending as much time and money to become addicted to their Marvel Casino of Champions. So, they really benefit from these accounts existing. But besides them benefiting from these existing to make real human beings have to spend more time in the arena, they're also monetarily benefiting, because look at the top left icon. Look at that summoner, and I'm just going to say I looked it up on Google. They're telling me it's Sigil, like Sigil. I am Southern and white, so I used to pronounce it Sigil, and was told that was like the best way to butcher it. So it's Sigil. We're just going to say the Summoner Monthly Subscription-Based Service. Whatever you want to call it. You can call it S for all I care. These accounts are subscribed to it. So, if Kabam permanently bans, let's say 100 Cyclops accounts, they're losing $1,000 a month, or $12,000 a year of extra revenue. My belief is that those of you who said that you instantly got stopped for modding or botting the game, which, to be fair, you should have. A lot of you who told me this, you also were free-to-play players. You're on a different list. You're not giving Kabam your monthly Netflix-type dollar credit card swipe. You're just taking. You're not giving. But I believe when you notice that symbol is on the profile, this person running these accounts knows that they're putting Kabam at a little bit of a financial risk by just going through and obviously permanently deleting all these accounts. Keep in mind, by them turning an eye, we have had people who've said, Prof, I realized why these accounts look so familiar, because I've seen on Facebook the person that runs all these accounts selling units during the gifting event and making a ton of money. Now, I've said before, if you can get away with it and you are really good at it and you could literally make like $100,000 in a month, you'd be stupid not to do it. It's, in a lot of ways, incredible entrepreneur spirit, but it is hurting all the real human beings who don't cheat. And I cannot say that enough. And they can delete all the forum posts, but we're just going to have that new series on the channel, hopefully a limited edition series. Let's count the Cyclops together. Volume 35. Because this goes to the top, and I know that makes me sound like some conspiracy theorist, but it's just common sense. You look at the highest PvP win streak, You look at the PvP fights won, 94,638. By the way, that tells you how long this account has been allowed to run. You can't do 94,638 fights in one arena setting, right? You could probably only do 794. So, for the sake of argument, let's assume that they run 794 fights every arena. Well, we're going to divide 94,638 by 794. How many arenas could this account have been allowed to hack? 119. 119 different times this account would have been allowed to jack up the scores for people who are playing by the rules in the arena. So for those of you who say, oh, these accounts have only existed for a couple weeks, you can't do 94,638 fights in a couple weeks. It is literally impossible. So, I know some of you might be annoyed because this is an ongoing series. Maybe you want to see more crystal openings or offer reviews. I'll do those, of course. But this is really important because it's hurting all of you out there who love this game and play by the rules. And I will be damned if I am silenced by this, because it is cheating in plain sight, it's a mockery of everything, and it continues to go on, just like this series, you better believe, will continue to go on.